What's up, you guys? Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys are feeling amazing today. Um, Feeling good. I know I've seen a lot of awesome posts already this morning for Blackout Tuesday. So thank you for sharing and thank you for being a part of the cause. And I love it. I love seeing everybody kind of unite and come together on this. And it's really powerful. It's a special time in the world. So we all get to speak up on it. And I'm gonna actually share a video today that's actually pretty dope by a slam poet, and it's really good from a TED Talk. So excited to share that. Just want to welcome everybody to the line, and just say thank you for being a part of this conversation. Thank you for being a part of this, just up leveling of each other. I think it's super powerful, especially during everything going on right now in the world, that we focus on this, right? We create positivity, we put more good energy, and we really up level our own lives, and of course, build on that and pay it forward to each other. So, welcome, Tina. Anyone else's first time on the line? I love seeing new faces. I love seeing all these new videos on. This is like the most videos we've had on in a minute. So, thank you for getting up, getting yourself together so you could be on video. I don't know if you even get yourself together, nowadays, but whatever that means for you, right? So thank you just for being on and showing your amazing, beautiful face. It helps. It makes a difference. That energy. Thank you so much. So good morning. Happy Tuesday. We're going to definitely get in and a little bit of breath work here in a second. We'll go into some movement of the day, and then we'll end with a little mindset video, which is really epic today. So thank you guys for being on time, and excited to get it in with you guys. I've been up since 5 today, starting a new little routine for myself. So I'm doing like a morning mastery before the morning mastery, and I'll tell you guys more about that as well. But today we'll start with some breath work. So for Tina and for anyone's first time joining us, if breath work is maybe newer to you, I just invite you to really just play with it, make it your own. This is your practice. So if you have not practiced breath work in the past, it's totally fine. It's meant to be simple and fun. And it's really just meant to be more conscious, right? That's the goal. No matter what you take away from this, just be more conscious of your breath throughout the day. Focus on that nasal breathing. We talk about the benefits of it, but overall, boosting the immune system, helping filter the air, different pathogens, right? Also producing nitric oxide, getting more oxygen and blood flow through your body. So many benefits. Wade talked about taping his mouth when he's sleeping, so you can really focus on that. You won't snore as much, and you'll get a deeper sleep for sure, right? And you don't expend as much moisture out when you're breathing from the mouth. And if you actually want to experiment with it, you could take a glass and breathe on it with your mouth, and you can see it fog up, right? And if you do it with your nose, you see no fog because you don't release any moisture. So you want to stay more hydrated, breathe through the nose, right? Nose for breathing, mouth for eating, right? That's what we can all remember, all right? So we'll get started here with some breath work. We're going to get into a couple different breaths today. So I invite you guys, if this is newer for you, to just find a comfortable spot in your house. You can be seated on a chair. You can be on the floor. You can even lay down if you like. And just a couple things to remember as we get into these different breaths is, number one, you always want to sit up nice and tall. Okay, so get that spine nice and long. You can pretend like there's a string pulling up on the top of your head so that you're really elongated through the body. And the second thing is you want to focus on that belly breathing. Okay, we want to focus on diaphragmatic breath. So really paying attention to that belly expanding out. And I'll demonstrate the breaths before we get into them, so don't worry about those yet. We're just going to start with some normal breathing right now. And what I would like you to do is just close your eyes as we set some intentions for the day and as we get into some breath work together, okay? So go ahead and close your eyes. You can put one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly if you like. And as we get started, just come and take a moment, become present to your breath. And let's start out by saying 3 things that we're grateful for this morning. All right. Amazing job, you guys. So as we get into this breath work, the first one I would love for you guys to practice with us is called cadence. And this cadence breathing is a little bit more of a slower breath exercise to where you can calm down at any given moment during the day. You may want to have less stress, right? You may be under a little bit of, just like heavy heart, having things like that come up. And this is a great breath to always come back to. And I also like to incorporate this at night before I even go to bed, so that I can calm down, calm my mind and my heart as well, and get into a deeper REM during my sleep. All right, so it's a 4-second inhale, 8-second exhale, all through the nose. I'll count you guys in for the first couple, and then we'll keep doing it for about a couple minutes. All right. So again, sit up nice and tall, belly breathing. You can close your eyes, and we'll begin in 3, 2, and 1. 4-second inhale. And 8 seconds out. Good. 4 in. 8 out. 4 in. 8 out. Good. Continue at your own pace. Don't worry too much about counting. Worry more about making the exhale a little longer than the inhale. Stay present. Notice how calm you feel. Let's do a couple more. All right. Awesome, you guys. So come back, normal breathing. Check in with yourself. How does your body feel? How does your heart feel? Mind, energy. Awesome. So you can go ahead and type in the chat if you'd like to give some feedback, share with the group, especially for the first timers. Always love to get some shares from you guys. All right, and this next one we're gonna be doing is called a superventilation breath. All right, so this one's a little different. This one's really meant to oxygenate the body, get some, real like awakening, and you should feel really, really good after this as well. Plenty of oxygen. All right, glad you guys are feeling good. So for this one, it's gonna be 20 quick breaths. All right, so what this looks like is you're gonna, again, focus on that belly expanding, doing a lot of the work, okay? And it's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So it looks like this. All right, so you can close your eyes. It may look a little funny, so don't worry about anyone else. Focus on yourself, right? And this one is meant to, really, again, make you feel awake and alert. So try to really tap into that. And I'll count you guys in, right? After we do the 20, we're gonna do our first hold at the bottom of the exhale. So after you do your 20, on that last exhale, which is my 20th, that'll be my first hold. I'll time you guys for 30 seconds, and then we'll inhale, and then we'll hold again at the top for 30 seconds. Okay, so don't worry about the time. I'll handle that for you guys. All you got to do is breathe and then hold your breath. If you feel the urge to want to breathe, you can swallow or lick your lips a little bit. It tends to help the urge, but just trust that you have enough oxygen in your body and you can totally do it. All right, so let's sit up nice and tall. Focused on belly breathing. You can close your eyes if you'd like. We'll get started here in 5 seconds. Stay present. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead. Good. Hold. Good. Over halfway. We're going to inhale, hold in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And hold to the top. Halfway. In 3, 2, 1. All right. Come back to normal breathing. How do you guys feel? Drop it in the chat. Feels good, feels easy, feels hard. Would love some feedback before we keep going. Jamie says, I want to point an observation out. I can't do these exercises well without good posture. So when I'm practicing, sitting or standing, walking around, it forces me to pay attention. Ah, there you go. See? Got to find what works for you. I love it. Feel alive. Nice. Love it, Michael. Feels better, easier each day. Alicia, good job. Yes, yes. Feeling great. All right, Tina. More clear. Love it. Awesome, you guys. So we're going to do that one more time. Okay, same exact breath, superventilation. And now we're going to do it for 45 seconds holding. Okay, so holding that breath at the bottom, exhale, and then inhale, hold, 45 at the top. And then we'll come back again and get into some movement next. All right. So let's go ahead again. Don't get into your head. All right. You totally got it. Close your eyes. Don't worry about anyone else but yourself. Pretend you're alone. This is your breath. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. We'll start 20 quick breaths, and I'll count you guys in. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Good. Hold. Way over halfway. You can swallow or lick your lips if you need to. You got this. 10 seconds. We're going to inhale, hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold at the top. Fifteen seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Come back to normal breath. Drop it in the chat. How was the 45? Uh-oh. We got some pause. I'm just kidding. Hard. All right. There we go. Nicole kept it real. All right. Better. That was a little longer than 45, to be honest. I think it was like more like 48. So good job, y'all. We did it. Still semi-panicking, challenging. What? Really good, a lot better, amazing, so much easier than day one. Yes. All right, perfect. So we'll get into movement next. Just want to point out one more thing, for you, those of you guys who are just joining us today or this week, or the last couple weeks, just remember, breath work is a long-term game. All right. We've been breathing our entire lives, probably wrong. All right. And it's okay. We weren't taught how to breathe. We just breathe, and it's totally fine. But now you're practicing, you're more conscious, you know how to breathe, right? So that's going to help you. And this is going to take some time. So be okay with it taking time, and be patient with yourself, and don't get upset if you can't hold or you can't do it right. Okay. Don't judge it on being right or wrong. Judge it on progress from where you start today. All right. So we're going to get into the movement piece. You can practice the nasal breathing as you get into the movement right now, which is perfect. Get right into action. So Wade, what do we got, bro?
Let's go. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. That was awesome. I'm feeling like after doing this for 2 months, I'm like ready to go for a minute. So type a 1 in the chat if you want to try for a minute. Okay, got a couple. 0.75. We just did 0.75. All right, looks like we got to try a minute one of these times this week. Yeah, amazing how we get better and more efficient at breathing. I've been a mouth breather my whole life because of my allergies. You could probably hear them right now. So really forcing myself to breathe through my nasal passages has been huge. I mentioned earlier that I slept with tape on my mouth last night. And I fell asleep instantly. It was crazy. I mean, I woke up with the tape on my finger somehow, but it put me out like a light. So as far as movement goes, we're going to be doing an EMOM, 3 rounds, 3 exercises. So we're going to be working for 40 seconds, resting for 20. I'm going to walk you through all 3 exercises, and then we'll get into the actual EMOM. You can feel free to try to do these with me if you'd like, or just watch to see what we're trying to accomplish. First, we're going to go bicycle crunch. So my right elbow is going to reach for my left knee. Other leg extends with my toes pointed. And then we're just going to alternate to the other side. You don't need to do this fast to get a workout. You'll actually get more of a workout if it's slower. Try to keep those shoulder blades nice and elevated. Big reach, feeling for your core the whole time. If you need to be here and just go short with your feet and put your feet on the ground, do so. This is your movement practice, your workout, whoever feels good for you. Just try to keep working for that 40 seconds. Next, we're going push-up with T-plank. So nice fingers straight, shoulders down and back. I screw my hands in from my shoulders so my elbow pits are pointing forward. Okay? I don't want my elbows to be flaring out like this as I'm pushing up. So I'm here, bracing my core, squeezing my glutes, coming down, pressing up. In this top position, we are going to rotate to fully stack our shoulders over one another. Press down, and then alternate to the other side. Again, you don't have to be fast on this. I want you to move with intention. Really feel for the stability of those shoulders. Really opening up that pec as we reach, and just always be braced in your core. A good modification for this is if you need to use a chair or a couch, you can do push-ups elevated. Same concept here. This will make it slightly easier. And then easiest, you can do the same thing, pushing up off of like the wall, just pushing up, rotating out. Again, this is your movement practice. Do whatever works for you. Last movement is going to be the crab reach. So you're going to be in that nice tall position, that string pulling us nice and straight. Shoulder rolled back, driving the hips up, and just reaching over the head. Come down, switch to the other side, Really drive those hips as much as you can. Feel for the stability of that shoulder. So those are the 3 movements. Again, bicycle crunch, push up to T-plank, and then the crab reach. We're working for 40 seconds, resting for 20 seconds. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable, slightly uncomfortable, but mostly comfortable. And, you know, keep working for this 40 seconds. We're gonna get going here in about 40 seconds. So just find a comfy spot to do this movement, and then we'll get going here soon. We're starting out with those bicycle crunches. Remember, fast does not mean better. We got 15 seconds. Let's start getting in ready position. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Go, go. Nice work. Gonna use that breath. Really squeeze that core in that extended position. Nice work. We're halfway there, team. Keep this up. Less than 10 seconds. Fight for this. Keep this up. And time. Oh, beautiful job, team. Going push-ups to T-plank. Again, feeling the stability of the shoulders, being nice and controlled in each one of these movements. Keeping your core and glutes on. Going in 3, 2, 1. Go, go. Nice work. Feeling for that rotation. Be nice and stable. Let's go, team. We're halfway there. Keep this up. Nice work. In time. Beautiful job. Doing this crab reach, really driving those hips forward. Okay. Getting nice and tall, posting that hand back, rolling that shoulder, and go, go. Big reach. Nice work. Keep this up. Drive those hips. Really drive those hips. Nice. Just 10 seconds. Fight for this. Keep this up. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right. Round 1 down. Shake those arms out if you need to. We got bicycle playing. Bicycle crunches. What am I talking about? Going in 3, 2, 1. Go, go. Moving with intention. Let's go. Almost there. We got 5 seconds. Keep this up. Let's go. And time. Beautiful work. We're almost at the halfway point of this exercise. Got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go, go. Elbows within 45 degrees. That torso, keeping those shoulders nice and stable. Almost there, 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, we got crab reaches, staying nice and long. Going in 3, 2, 1. Keep this up. Y'all are looking good. Halfway. Nice work. Time. All right, those arms get a little bit of a rest. Grab some water if you need it. All right, going in 3, 2, 1, go, go. Nice and controlled. Always feeling for that core. Nice work, you're halfway. Keep it going, keep it going. Almost there. Got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. How those abs are feeling good. 10 seconds, go on push-ups. Last push-ups, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Open up, nice work. Almost there. Got 5 seconds. Keep it moving. Don't quit. Time. Nice work. Just got those crab reaches, and we are done. Start finding our way to that ready position. Going in 3, 2, 1, go, go. Nice, drive those hips. Keep it up, halfway. Keep that shoulder nice and stable. Three, 2, 1. Nice work, shake them out. We will hit a little bit of mobility. So, lying on our back,
Drive those hips up. Hands come underneath that low back, and we'll interlace our fingers. I want you to keep your shoulders rolled down and back. Okay, those shoulders shouldn't be rolled forward. Shoulders down and back. Maintaining that through this entire mobility. From here, just slightly lower the hips. You'll feel the stretch in those shoulders. You got to keep those shoulders back though. Okay? Stick through this. Now the tops of your knuckles, I'm going to drive those into that low back. Big press. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. As you relax, if you can drop those hips a little lower, do so. Only if you can keep those shoulders rolled back. Hang out here for a second. Get another big push of those knuckles into that low back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Relax. Lowering if you can. Nice work. Last push, big push. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. We can come out of that. Beautiful work today, team. Nice little full body warm up. So my tip for the day is meditate. So, meditation has been a part of my life for a long time. I go in and out on my consistency, and I always find that the times that I think I need it, or the times that I don't have enough time or feel like I don't have enough time, are the times that I need it the most. I just kind of partook in a challenge from Lisa. It was kind of a half-ass effort on my part. She wanted me to do 21 days of meditation. Did not do that, but every time that I did do it, like I felt better all day or right before bed, and like just turning that into a habit. Every time I turn it into a habit, my days are just better. I can breathe easier. My mind is more calm. There's so many tools and resources out there. You can check out Headspace. She was using Deepak Chopra. What else? There's so many different, you could toss in the comments, a couple different meditation apps that you all use. But yeah, every time, Calm, yeah, exactly. Calm is another great app. Every time that meditation is an active part of my life, my days are just better. So absolutely recommend you trying to acquire that habit, and it will change your life for sure. So anyways, can't wait to see what this TED Talk has in store for us. Fire us up, Blaine.
Let's go. All right, y'all. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Wade, for the movement. Always feels incredible. Always get that blood flowing early, get those endorphins released. I love it. So hopefully you guys got to practice a little bit of that nasal breathing as well. And now we get to stimulate the mind, okay? Mind and heart. This video is pretty powerful. It's by a guy named Clint Smith, and he's a slam poet. And he just talks about, the power of silence, like the impact of it. And how you guys can really speak into your voice and speak out, on things that you believe in, and not remain silent. So it's super appropriate for everything going on right now, especially with Blackout Tuesday. So let's cue the video, and hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I did.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in a 1968 speech where he reflects upon the civil rights movement, states, "In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends." As a teacher, I've internalized this message. Every day, all around us, we see the consequences of silence manifest themselves in the form of discrimination, violence, genocide, and war. In the classroom, I challenge my students to explore the silences in their own lives through poetry. We work together to fill those spaces, to recognize them, to name them, to understand that they don't have to be sources of shame. In an effort to create a culture within my classroom where students feel safe sharing the intimacies of their own silences, I have 4 core principles posted on the board that sits in the front of my class, which every student signs at the beginning of the year. Read critically, write consciously, speak clearly, tell your truth. I find myself thinking a lot about that last point, tell your truth. And I realized that if I was going to ask my students to speak up, I was going to have to tell my truth and be honest with them about the times where I failed to do so. So I tell them that growing up as a kid in a Catholic family in New Orleans, during Lent, I was always taught that the most meaningful thing one could do was to give something up, sacrifice something you typically indulge in to prove to God you understand his sanctity. I've given up soda, McDonald's, French fries, French kisses, and everything in between. But one year, I gave up speaking. Figured the most valuable thing I could sacrifice was my own voice, but it was like I hadn't realized that I had given that up a long time ago. I spent so much of my life telling people the things they wanted to hear instead of the things they needed to. Told myself I wasn't meant to be anyone's conscience because I still had to figure out being my own. So sometimes I just wouldn't say anything, appeasing ignorance with my silence, unaware that validation doesn't need words to endorse its existence. When Christian was beat up for being gay, I put my hands in my pocket and walked with my head down as if I didn't even notice. Couldn't use my locker for weeks because the bolt on the lock reminded me of the one I had put on my lips when the homeless man on the corner looked at me with eyes up, merely searching for an affirmation that he was worth seeing. I was more concerned with touching the screen of my Apple than actually feeding him one. When the woman at the fundraising gala said, "I'm so proud of you. It must be so hard teaching those poor, unintelligent kids," I bit my lip because apparently we needed her money more than my students needed their dignity. We spend so much time listening to the things people are saying that we rarely pay attention to the things they don't. Silence is the residue of fear. It is feeling your flaws, gut-wrench guillotine your tongue. It is the air retreating from your chest because it doesn't feel safe in your lungs. Silence is Rwandan genocide. Silence is Katrina. It is what you hear when there aren't enough body bags left. It is the sound after the noose is already tied. It is charring. It is chains. It is privilege. It is pain. There is no time to pick your battles when your battles have already picked you. I will not let silence wrap itself around my indecision. I will tell Christian that he is a lion, a sanctuary of bravery and brilliance. I will ask that homeless man what his name is and how his day was, because sometimes all people want to be is human. I will tell that woman that my students can talk about transcendentalism like their last name was Thoreau. And just because you watch one episode of The Wire doesn't mean you know anything about my kids. So this year, instead of giving something up, I will live every day as if there were a microphone tucked under my tongue, a stage on the underside of my inhibition. Because who has to have a soapbox when all you've ever needed is your voice? Thank you.
Powerful, man. Yeah, when I first heard that, I was just like, it's so true. I thought back, I automatically thought back into, when I was a child and different things that we're taught, and we grow up in different environments, and, we're told to believe certain things, and we're told to, treat people certain ways. And it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. And for us to remain silent when we see someone, getting bullied or having prejudice or injustice against them. It's you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. There's a quote by Desmond Tutu, and it says, "If you are neutral in the situation of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor." And then if an elephant has its foot on the tail of a mouse and you say that you are neutral, the mouse will not appreciate your neutrality. So, you think about, you got to just put yourself in other people's shoes, whether you're homeless, whether you're a different color, right? Whether you grew up in a different neighborhood, whether you're a different religion, it doesn't matter, right? All that stuff is just labels. What matters is you have a heart, and we all are here for a very, very specific purpose. We all have breath, and we all get to be treated as equals, right? And I always say, the golden rule is treat others how you want to be treated. And I know we all want to be treated with respect and with love, right? And we want to give that to other people. So always remember, everything in this world that is dealing with someone else, you're also a part of that, right? If you are a human being and it's another human being, it doesn't matter what you believe in or the color of your skin. It's all part of the human race. And so that's what we're up to today. That's what we're up to every day, is to try to move that bar into the middle where literally everybody is equal, and there is no superior or inferior in the world. We're all the same. We're all here for the same purpose. We're all just human beings trying to get a little bit better and trying to make the next generation a little bit more equal, a little bit more just, a little bit more loving. And that's what we get to do. So thank you guys so much for being on today. Please share, speak up, on things that you really do see injustices in, because you do make a difference. People will listen to you, and just really, really acknowledge you guys for being on today. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of the solution. Have an amazing Tuesday. You can go ahead and unmute yourself if you want to share anything, but I'll stop the recording, and let's have an amazing rest of our days. All right.
Lane Strong.
Hi, thank you.
Thanks so much. That was great. That was powerful.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone, have a great day.
Have a good one.
Man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you all.